Hey everyone, very good morning here.
Good morning, Mr. Sir. Kumar.
Great. Thanks. Okay, cool. So I want to kind of 5 minutes interact with you guys. You see my screen right here. I want to speak about this architecture and move to eggs. This is something which is very interesting. Nowadays we are asking this one in interviews. What is the purpose of each of those models? So I'll speak about that, about the application stack. We call it as application stack. I want to know how many of you downloaded and able to install AX7. I mean, not install, attach your VM and open AX7. That is something important. You guys don't see my face, I don't see your face, but still, I want you guys to install that, and I want it to be interactive. I told you a lot of times. And if you don't install, you cannot practice. That is the problem. I know that few people. I think the Visual Path guys, they are asking your mail IDs and phone number here. I don't know why, maybe they should have that, but yeah, please ping them. Okay. So now the point here is, if you don't install, you cannot practice. If you don't practice, you'll pay something for me for free. You'll see whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm learning, but you don't learn. And one small thing, try today is Thursday, right? So try today and tomorrow. If you still you're not able to, oh man, please mute here. How mic, very high intensity mic, and I'll get the noise like anything. Please mute. Okay, right. So if you are still not able to, like install or configure, you can call me personally. I mean, we'll have the Skype sessions one to one. I'm going to show like how it's going to work. I mean, I'm going to show you what is the problem there, what is the problem you have, and we are going to fix that together. I'll give my Skype ID. We'll have Skype conversation, and if it is you downloaded the VM and you are not able to configure the VM, or you are not able to open the VM, and if you didn't download, just don't call me because it's of no use. Right. I cannot download on behalf of you and send to US or UK or wherever you want. So please try to understand. You download, you unzip the VM. If you are not able to set up the VM, or if you are not able to configure AX, this provision tool, all those things, I'm going to help you on Skype. Okay, that is something I want you guys to try first. Come back with the queries if you are not able to, because I want everyone to practice at least once. I want you guys to try at least once. Now that's done. So watch here. If you go to Microsoft Dynamics 6 in the Visual Studio, I was kind of showing you the two views. One is classic view. The second one is model view. Classic view is our regular view, like your AOT. You'll see data type, data model, etc. And your model view is something interesting. This model view, if you watch here, you'll see the kind of models. If you expand model, you'll see again the kind of classic view stuff. I mean, it's not classic view. Every model is going to have your data types, data models, code, UI, all those things, right? So they are just organized for each and every model. And if you are working on some specific model, you can use this model view, which is very handy, and it will not show a lot of stuff. If you go to few models, there are only few things. Like for example, BMS. You want to scroll through all the classes, whatever are coded by you. You can just scroll through them because they are very, few. Most of the times your models, they'll have only few, and you can just go and find out what all the things there. That is the use of your model view. Okay. And in the model view, there are three important and interesting models. The first one is application foundation. The second one is application platform. The third one is application suite. These three are the models we need at minimum to run the AX. And these three models will have their own core stuff to work with the AX. We want to understand what are all these three models, I mean, what these three models are going to have, each of them are going to have. And we call that as the application stack. People call that as application stack. If you was there, the core model, which is used to connect with your kernel and do some basic set of operations, is your application platform. It's not kernel here. I'm not saying anything about kernel, right? I'm just showing what each of these models are going to do. So if you watch their application platform, it has got something interesting like workflows, services, client and presentation. The meaning is how to display your form, designed form on the UI in the Internet Explorer. Whatever the form you generate, it will convert into HTML5. Some time back, someone was asking, sir, should I learn HTML5 or JavaScript? I told not required. Why? Because AX is able to handle the stuff. Whatever you develop, the form or report or whatever it is capable of converting into HTML5, JavaScript, whatever it needs, and using this client and presentation layer. Remember, I told you tiered architecture, layered architecture. Now this is all layered style, man. Or layer in the sense, don't assume user layer or var layer or something. I'm not speaking about those layers. I'm speaking in terms of architecture, right? So you can see here, the client presentation is the presentation layer, which AX kernel or your application is going to have. This will get the code or get the stuff from the AX, and it will convert to your JavaScript HTML5 and display on the IE or Chrome or whatever it is, the web browser. That is your presentation layer. And those core components which are used for working with the kernel to give the kind of experience to the user are available in the application platform. We don't customize application platform. Remember, they are all kind of system stuff. And the next one is application foundation. The application foundation, 1 second. I don't know why you want presenter. Can you ping me why you want presenter? I'm sorry for kind of holding. Someone is asking me to make them as presenter. I don't know why they want to become as presenter. If you have anything relevant to this setting up the VMs and stuff, I'm going to give you the controls. Okay, thank you. I think it's a mistake. Right. So you can watch here. The application foundation. Application foundation is going to maintain, few high-level stuff related to system or the application again, and they are like the number sequence or the address book or the source documents and the ledger stuff and stuff, right? So those are all the things that it's going to maintain in the application foundation, and you can customize them, right? If you want something to be different in the address book or number sequence, so you can customize, but in 8.0, you cannot customize anything, don't worry. If you want to create extension or pre-post handlers, those kind of things you can do, but you cannot overlay it due to some, if you modify something in the system layers or, the system stuff, while applying the package or the hotfix, if something comes up, it will be very hard, to apply the hotfix. Microsoft has to compare. They have to sit and compare each and everything, and we don't have that bandwidth to compare your code. We want you to come up with some decent code which is going to work without the customization. That is the plan here. And that's your application foundation. It's again the system kind of stuff. And but still, you have the way to kind of modify, because the number sequences, address books, all those things. And don't change the core platforms. But yeah, still, if you think something is relevant, you can go and modify. And the third one is your application suite. This is the actual application on which we are going to work. The application platform foundation, they are designed by the core developers. Application suite is the actual application. For example, you work in the sales, you work in the purchase. Those are all the things you will find in the application suite. And this is the most commonly, or 99.99% of the times, we are going to customize the application suite. I'll just kind of open application suite and show you. But before that, just watch here the application suite. You see here CRM, HCM, HCM. I mean the customer relationship management related tables, customer table, customer trans, blah 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 blah. SCM, sales table, purchase table, or invent table, etc. HCM is maybe like your kind of the tables related to HR, employee, and other tables. And these tests, don't worry, they are just the test framework on which you are going to write the unit test cases. I think it's a unit test case which we are going to use the automation of the test cases. Usually you say, or when I do the interviews, people say, I wrote the unit test. When I ask, how did you write the unit test? They used to tell, yeah, it's a Word document, we'll give step by step. Now, that's not unit test case. If you are saying you are writing a unit test case, I'm assuming you are automating the unit test case so that I don't need to do manual testing again. That is unit test case. You are going to use the sys unit test case class. You'll extend that class into a child class. You'll write your methods. You'll test your functionality. That is unit test case. And those kind of testing stuff will be in the test layer. Okay. So it's all anyways, you can write in any of those models. And if you check here, each one of these, this guy is giving like application suite.dll, application foundation.dll, application platform.dll. So each of these models has got their own DLLs. I'm going to show you how we are going to get a DLL. I'm going to show you when we are not going to get a separate DLL in a while, right? Today we are going to learn the same thing. And this is your application stack. Remember, the application stack has got three models: application platform, foundation, and suite. And you know, whenever people, the people who don't know Microsoft Dynamics 7, you know, they'll come to the interview. When we ask for the architecture, they'll tell this architecture. They'll tell like, you know, there are a lot of things in X, but trust me, we don't check more of these kind of layers. I'll check if you know the application suite where we are going to customize only one question out of your 30 or 45 minutes. And rest all the questions are on the development. So don't worry more about this one, but still I want you guys to be aware of what model has got interesting things, system related or our development related. Now we'll go into the environment and we'll see what all the kind of things there. I told you application platform, application foundation, suite. Let's go to the platform first. Where is this? Yeah, platform, workflow and services. We'll see if any workflow related classes are there, right? So let's go to the code, classes, the workflow stuff. And watch here, there are no workflows or something related to your sales or purchase. Please watch. This is the core of the workflow, how workflow should work, how workflow dialog should be displayed, or how workflow should be handled with the documentation or configuration, etc., etc. You'll not have the sales table workflow. Where is my sales table workflow? Go to the application suite. This is what you have to understand, right? I think sales workflow you should find somewhere here. Anyone knows the name of the sales workflow? Sales workflow. Oh man, you should find the name. If you know, someone of you know the name of the sales workflow, you can go and find. But that is what you are going to find here. Or maybe, yeah, here it is. Right, the workflows and watch. Write all the related stuff related to workflows. Oh man, I think we don't need a workflow for sales, right? I think we should check for purge, because sales anyways, you can do any number of sales. It's not default. Let's check for the purge workflow. Purge workflow approval. You see this, right? You don't see this purge workflow approval in application platform or application foundation, those kind of things, because this is your application related, the everyday work you are going to do, the end user, whatever he is going to see, those kind of things you will find in the application suite, the sales, purchase, or your modules here, the regular modules other than administration. And now let's go back to the one more, what do you call this, the application foundation, where your number sequence is there. Let's go to the application foundation and see the number sequence stuff. But remember again, this number sequence is the core number sequence classes. Number SEQ. And watch here, these are all the core classes. You don't see anything related to your application. If you create something related to number sequence, like your own number sequence, extending the number sequence class, it will go and sit in application suite, not the application foundation or the platforms. That is what you want to remember. This is all core, how the environment should work, and the core of how the framework should work. And when you go to the application suite, this is where your application will come and sit. I mean, the regular classes like your sales form letter, which you are going to use for posting the sales order and stuff, right? So this is your regular application, and complete application stuff you will find in the application suite. And this is the very biggest, what do you call, the model. If you go to the tables and classes, all the sales, purchase, or I'm speaking more of sales and purchase because every one of us know about sales and purchase better. But if you take ledger or transactions or budget or HR or any other module, you are going to find in this particular model, remember, right? So that is about your application stack. Remember, these are the three models base of AX, with which AX is going to work. And the three models are application, foundation, application, platform, application, suite. Just make a note of this one. You'll find the same diagram in an MSD, and I just copied the same diagram. I created my own diagram, but I just opened the same diagram. And we just made some notes like what are all the things there in the application platform. If you check the AAF base objects, not AAF services, whatever we created or MS created. And don't say like application platform will have MS services. No, even MS will create the services. Say for example, it want to expose the sales order service. The sales order service is created in the application suite. But how AAF should work is available in the application platform. Just understand the deviation, right? AAF service, how it should work. What is the core, how it should communicate with your, what you call the kernel, and how it should convert your class object into SOAP object. All those things you'll find in the application platform. And, getting the sale order, converting, the sale order into some staging table and writing a batch, moving that and posting the sale order. All those things you'll see in the application suite. That's the difference you want to understand. Application suite, foundation. And even if you watch here, the application platform was there when the batch service, how batch has to work, how batch should be picked. You ever, thought about like, oh man, how batch is picking whenever I schedule? Like if you schedule at 9:30 minutes and 35 seconds, 9 hours, 30 minutes, 35 seconds. If you schedule at that point, it will immediately pick at 9:36, 15 minutes, 15 seconds here and there, right? So, did you ever thought like how it's going to pick? Every second or every 15 seconds or every 30 seconds, the batch thread internally will run on the batch table and will check if any batches are scheduled at that particular point of time. And they'll pick them, they'll, kind of assign one thread to those whatever the schedules are there, and they'll start running those, batch threads. That is what they are going to do, right? So that kind of coding you'll find in the application platform, the internal stuff. And the next one is application foundation. The foundation has got some features like your BI, your reporting, or your number sequence frameworks. Again, how the number sequence framework is working. Whenever you are trying to click on new, it is creating a new number and giving on your form. How it is doing that? There is a lot of internal code getting the number from its number SEQ tables and incrementing one, showing on your form. If you click on OK, it will save in database. If you click on cancel, it will not save in the database. These are all the things, the core things number sequence has to do. And that particular stuff you will find in the application foundation. You can take these screenshots, or I'll try to consolidate these things into one Word document and I'll share with you. Okay. And the third one is the application suite. It's like your regular stuff here. The supply chain, sales, purchase, or HR, or your other classes like ledger, or all the modules, regular modules, your daily work you'll find here. And now let us understand, now you see a lot of kind of models here, right? I want to create my own model, which I'm going to work on. Remember, I'm going to work on my own model. Now we'll just open one, the AOS service in our C drive. Go to the packages local directory. You see, for each and every model, you will have one folder. Please note this. I don't know, I think I told earlier also. For each and every model, you are going to have one folder. And if you have extra folders like bin, they are going to have some DLLs and stuff. Don't worry about them. Bin, there is no model called as bin. You may have some extra folders, but you are going to have one folder for each and every model. Sometimes you may not have folders for each and every model. We want to understand what is the difference, and when we create a model, what are all the things available for us. Let's try now. Notepad. And there are few, kind of confusing things here. Sometimes interviewers will ask and people get confused and they'll say something. So don't get confused. If you have any confusion, please ask me. I'll repeat again. So first thing is we want to create a new model. So how to create a new model? And whenever you are doing some work, Don't always create a model. Usually, whenever you are working, people will create one model. They are going to use the same model in the organization. For example, say you are working for Tata Motors and you want to implement Microsoft Dynamics 6. You'll create a model called as TMS. You are going to work in TMS. All the developers, say you have 100 developers working for Tata Motors. All the 100 developers will use TMS model. That's the point you want to understand. They are not going to create TMS 1, TMS 100 from 1 to 100 users, developers. They are not going to import or export all those things because you'll get a lot of confusion. So create one model and work on that model for that whole project. And it depends again, the features or areas you are going to work. Say Tata Motors, they want to create two models, one for manufacturing, one for the other stuff, regular daily operations. So in that case, you may create two models, manufacturing, daily operations separately. It depends on your architect plan here. Your architect will plan like how many models we want or how the code should be organized, or even they will decide the best practices also, few practices. So those are all the things taken care by your architects, and you'll come to some agreement. Okay, we are going to do this. And even customer may have some architect who is going to guide their kind of best practices they want. So those are all the things you'll go and when you work, you'll understand. But now we want to create a model in our case. Creation of model is, no, not for each phase. Best practice for creating model. Phase-wise implementation. No, it's, you are going to use only one model, even if it is multiple phases, even if there are multiple phases, right? So say, for example, you are implementing SCM in phase 1. You are implementing manufacturing in phase 2. You don't need to create two models because it is all one project. You are working for one customer. And again, it depends on your kind of requirement. If you want to segregate and you don't want to use the manufacturing stuff into your other model, or you want to divide, those objects separately, you can create two models. It's all based on your kind of requirement. But most probably, let me tell you my case. If I work for any of the clients, I'll suggest my case only one model. I don't create multiple models. And for rare hot fixes, all those things, we may come up with the extra models. That is different. But otherwise, we create only one model. Should be enough. I hope that should be clear. I'm telling about my case. But it depends on your customer, your case, your architect. And I told you, right, it's all about their plan. I don't know your requirement. Say, for example, one other example. I work for one hospital chain here, very big hospital chain. And when I work for that hospital chain, they have one customer related stuff and they have one lab related stuff. Lab is your lab testing, and the lab is going to have again the same kind of people. Lot of people, customers will come to lab, but lab is entirely different. They'll have a lot of equipment and stuff. And for lab, they told us to create one model. And for the SCM stuff, already there is a model. We are going to use that model. That is how we work. So we are having two models there. And if you go to payroll, we may have one more model for payroll. It is all based on requirement. If you say, I want to create everything in one, yeah, you can create. But segregating based on the requirement, different requirements, not like each FDD. Each FDD, we don't create a model. It is collection. Like some area. You know the model concept, right? When we create a model, if we want to segregate the development, or if parallel development is going on, in that case, we want to create a new model. If all the guys are working on the same requirement, you don't need one more model. You'll create one model, work on that, right? It's all about parallel development and segregation of the code. Right, so let's go back. We'll see how to create a model, and still if you have any queries, you can extend the discussion, always remember. Now let's go back. We want to go into the Dynamics 365 and model management and create a model. That's it, very simple. And you want to understand few parameters. Whenever you create model, we'll see what are the things it will do. Click on create model. Give your model name. I want to give this as VPB 2. I think it is multiple batches, but I don't have any VPB2. So I'm creating 2 for now. And the one who are publishing this is Visual Path. And don't worry about this layer. It's just there, we don't focus more on layers here. But yeah, people will select a user or cus or var or ISV depending on the kind of work they are doing. And you cannot select sys. You don't have sys there, please watch. So don't worry about the layer because it is not layer centric. The development is all model centric. Even the application stack and stuff, they are all model centric. But still, they cannot remove this layer, so they just kept that. You can select whatever the layer you want. You don't need to worry about the layer concept anymore. Because the layer concept, you can select those layers, whatever you are working on, depending on your development, but the development is not layered centric. You have access to models, you don't have access to models. You can customize few models, you cannot customize few models. That's the kind of stuff there here. So we speak more or 99.9999%. We speak about that model, this model in, we came up with new model or we want to apply the package on that model. It's all about model. You go to MSDM, try to watch, all the documents, whatever they published, you'll see only one document which has got layer. They'll say these are the layers there, and they don't speak use or don't use also. Okay. So, but still, you can select the layers. You select the layer, whatever you want, not GLS or GLP. Select user, cus, where, and kind of stuff. And while getting the license, you'll get the license for whatever the layers or whatever you request. It is nothing. I mean, we don't develop in layer centric. We work on model centric, right? So this is my test layer, that is description now. Test layer used for learning. Some kind of information. You can give a lot of information here. Just give some good information, whatever is relevant. And click on next. This is something important you want to understand. Create a new package, select existing package. We'll create a new package now. This new package will have its own assembly. I'll tell you what is assembly, and is deployed as a separate package. We have to understand what is the separate package, but we'll pick this create new package. Let's click on next. And if you want to reference any packages, you have to select those packages. What is the meaning of referencing? Whenever you are creating a new package, you are creating VPB2. VPB2 cannot access the application suite, platform, foundation, retail, bank types, DMS, business process, calendar, whatever you see here, it cannot access any of the objects in them. If you are creating purely your own module on which you are going to work, you don't need any other module support. In that case, you can go for create package and click on next. Don't select anything. You got the point? If you don't select anything, you cannot reference anything. But we don't work in that way, right? So what we need, most of the cases we need sales, purchase, or HRM, or ledger, or whatever it is. You are going to work on top of the existing stuff. In that case, if you want them, if you want the access of those objects, you have to select the relevant model. Now, I want the supply chain. I want to use the purchase, invent, or whatever is available in the application suite. Even if a single object, even if you want a single object like sales table, you want to still reference this application suite. Okay. Now click on next. I hope you understood what we want to. As we don't have licensing concept related to layers, what is the best practice in selecting a layer for an implementation? It is like if you are working in the customer environments, people select custom. If you are working for some ISVs, people select ISV. That's it. It is the general best practice, whatever you followed in X2%. Nothing new. Okay. But still, yeah, you can select user also. It depends on, again, your agreement. There is nothing like you want to select some specific layer, but it's all based on your other guys who are going to work. Otherwise, it will, try to compare while matching. So instead of that, we want to go with the common practice. Same practice like whatever you did earlier in X2%. No special practice. And remember, it's all about models, what you want to create and stuff, whether you want to use the existing model or create a new model and stuff. That is the point here. Now watch here the application suite. I want all the stuff related to SCM or tax or whatever it is. And you may ask, sir, I want only one object, the sales table object. Should I still reference this model? Yes. Even if you want to use one object, only one object, you have to still reference this model. Reference is nothing but, I don't know how many of you know C#, but I'll tell you one thing. Every one of you know about C++ or C language, right? So I want to use printf. I think you know this command, printf. Printf will print something on your screen output, right? So if you want to use this printf, you have to include, you'll use this, right? Hash include and stdio.h. Why we want to use this one? because this stdio.h is the guide, is the header file which is going to have what printf has to do. If you come back to C#, the same thing. I want to use system.io.printf or whatever. Oh man, this is Java, I think. I'm sorry. What is that here? I forgot C# code. So say for example, console.writeLine. Right, I think this is the one. Console.writeLine. If you want to use this console.writeLine to display something on your screen, the same hello on your screen, you have to write some small set of one piece of code called as using system.io. I think, oh, I wrote only C# code. I'm sorry, I forgot. So right, using system or system.io. Thanks, someone helped us. Using system or system.io. And why you want to use this one? If you don't include this, our .NET framework or whatever it is don't understand what is this console and what is this write line. It has to understand what is this console object and what is write line method. And to do that, we want to use system.io or system, and we have to say using space system.io. And if you want to use the application suite objects or application platform objects, you have to do the same thing. You have to say use application suite.dll or application platform.dll. And how you are going to do that? Using these references. So you are saying use this application suite in my model using application suite.dll. I'm going to use the objects in the application suite. Otherwise, it cannot. Simple as that, remember. It is not like AX 2012. You know why? Application suite has got its own DLL. Application suite is a package. That is the point here. Every package will create its own DLL. Unless you ask or reference to use the other DLL from that package in our model, it will not allow you to use the other model in your model. And that's why we want to use this kind of referencing. Now click on next, and it is kind of giving you the info like what is the model you are creating and the final screen here and what all the packages you are referencing. At minimum, it will reference application platform. You cannot change that, but the other models you can reference as per your requirement. And finally, make my default, make this my default model. It's up to you. Every day, if you are working on VPP2, make this as default. Otherwise, don't make. And if you want to create a new project, which will allocate this VPP model to that project. Assign. You can still assign later also. If you click on this, it will create a project and with the VPP2 model referenced. Otherwise, you can still create a project and later assign the model. I'm going to show you now this one as well as how to assign later. Right? Click on finish. It takes a while. I want to show you what it will do once it creates the model. And it is asking, shall I create a new project? Yes, please create. And you see here VPP2. Once you selected VPP2 or AX selected VPP2 or Visual Studio selected VPP2, you can change this. Right click on this, go to the properties and go to the model, change the model. Simple. Now, whatever the model you want to change, you can change. Say, for example, I want to work in retail, over. So you can change, but don't change or you cannot change after you add at least one object in the project. If you add some object, it belongs to that model, right? And you cannot switch the model of the object, remember. So it is in that particular model, that's it. Once you create an object in some model, it goes and sits in that particular model. Now let me do one thing. I don't want to do anything except, create one class in this one. So watch here, you will not have anything initially. Okay, I'm expanding the code classes. Nothing is there because we didn't create anything. We just created VPP2. Now let's add something here. Add new item. I'm just kind of taking one class here, the runnable class, and I want to give some name, some good name. Application platform and application platform adapter models. Adapters, they are used for testing stuff. Okay, I'll unshow just 1 second. First, we'll complete this package stuff. Otherwise, we'll get deviated. Okay, I'll come back to that question. I'll make a note. So runnable class, and yeah, I'll just go for this class and right, what we want to do, we'll just give some name, the VPB2 underscore test or first project or whatever it is. Click on add, and yeah, if you see here, we got a class. I'll give info, nothing more than that, and this info hello to my first program or whatever it is. Save, and I want to build this. Right click build. Before building, I want to go to the model store and show you whether what happened. So let me go to the packages local directory. We created VPB2. You see VPB2. A new model is created, a new package is created, and for every new package, new model, you'll see a folder. Now go into this one, you have this stuff. If you're going to XPP metadata, we created only class. Go to the X class, you see the VPB test2, right? So let's go back to this VPB2. You don't have bin and stuff. I'm done with this, right? I'll create or I'll just build this one because I created a project. I want to build this one. Let's build, and 1 second. My machine is speed, but still it takes some time, some nominal time. The first time when I build after restarting, it takes some time because it has to understand what is the structure and there. And I restarted, nothing will be in caches, so it takes kind of couple of minutes. So please hold. Once it is done, we'll see what is there in your project. Why we have metadata and project folder in solution. Metadata is your metadata. I don't know what is the other project. We are speaking about this one. It is building, so it has created some stuff, and this is about your descriptor. What are the objects there and stuff. I don't know what is the stuff you are asking again. This is your model. In my project in source control, I want to see your source control. What is there? I want to see how they are organized. Unless you share, I don't know. Yeah, sure. Thank you. So yeah, I'll give you time. I mean, if someone wants to share the screens, you'll get Saturdays and Sundays. I'll be free. You can share. Okay. So the build completed, and please watch here now. We got a folder bin. Let's go into this folder. You should see your vpb2.dll. I'll just type star.dll, and you should see vpb2.dll. So that's built successfully. That is the point you want to understand. Whenever you create a new package, it creates a new DLL. I'm giving you some blind statement, but for you to understand. Okay, creating a new model, go into Dynamics 365 and create new model. That's it. And when you're selecting a new package, what it will do? It will create its own assembly. When I say assembly, this is your .NET assembly. I mean, not .NET, I should say DLL. Okay, when I say new its own assembly, it is its own DLL file. DLLs, they are called as assemblies in .NET, so it will create its own DLL file. That is what it will do whenever you select a new package. Now, I don't want to create a new package. I'll select application suite. We'll see what it will do. And please note what are all the kind of things there here. I'll create in the application suite. Let's go back and create one more model. I want to go to Dynamics 6 model management, create a model, and this time I'll say VPB3 underscore AS. The meaning is application suite, and I want to give the name VPB3. I mean, it should be ideally your organization name or some good name, but I'm just kind of giving you the VPB3 is the same name, bad, but still, right? This is application suite extension model, or I want to take application suite in my package or sub package model kind of stuff. I'm just giving something here. Okay, it's not mandatory that you have to give something here. You don't need to give, it's not mandatory. And click on next. I want to select the existing package now. I want to go for some existing package. And what's there? It is restricted. I'm not able to use the application suite. I think I'm speaking more of 7.3 way. I should speak more of 8.0 way maybe. Okay, because 8.0, they are not allowing you to extend the existing package. Sorry, the packages like application suite, platform, foundation, whatever it is. Right, that's what we are watching here, right? So it is not allowing. Now what should I do? I mean, if you give this model to someone, or if you get some ISV from someone, if you want to extend that ISV with your code, you can create a sub package. That is what it is doing. For now, we'll do one thing. We'll take data expansion tool. Data expansion tool, they are allowing us to expand. When data expansion tool is given by Microsoft, but they are allowing us to expand the tool features. So let's take data expansion tool and let's go to the next. And it is not asking the select referenced packages because data expansion tool will have its own referenced packages. So it is using them. We cannot change the referenced packages. Remember, it is using these two referenced packages. Let it use them. We cannot change. Now click on finish. I'm creating a new project again. And our model name is, I think I gave wrong model name. The name of the model is SCM, I think not SCM. I'm using a app AS, right? So don't worry about that. We give some wrong name, it works. Now let's go back and kind of see here VPB3_AX is created. I want to create one more class again, the new item, and the code. I'm going to create the runnable class with some name like what do you call this, VPB3_1, some name, and add. I'm writing again the same info. I just want to kind of add, build and stuff. That's why I'm adding this. Otherwise, I don't need it. It's not mandatory. Info, hello, or whatever it is. Save. I'm not building. Even if I build, it takes time here. Data expansion stuff, I don't know how much time it will take. So let's build. But meanwhile, we'll go back here in the packages. Let's check if VPB3 is there. Is there? VPB3 is not there. Why? Because it is not creating a new package. It is creating a sub-model or extension of some existing model. And where I should find that? What is the stuff we used? Data expansion tool. This is the model we used as the existing package, right? We are referencing or we are creating in the existing package. So go into this particular folder, you should see your model. This is your model, VPB3_AX. And let's check for the DLLs, star.dll. And was there, you see any DLL related to VPB3? No. The DLL, whatever you see, is data expansion tool, which will be updated just now. Watch here, the data expansion tool.dll. Remember, dynamics.ax should be there. It is not just dynamics. I want to tell you one thing. I don't know about the recordings. If you ask me, I'm helpless because they are there with the front office. Again, remember, I'm the guy presenter. I'm not organizer. I cannot record. I'll not have any recorded videos. Please speak with the front office guys and push them to upload the videos. They'll give you. I think their network guy is not there, maybe handy, so they are not able to upload. I'm assuming. I don't know about these recordings also. So I want you guys to please speak with them once and get them. That is the point that is the thing I can tell you. Otherwise, if you have a way to record yourself, you are free to record. I don't know, right? Even if you record, you can use some tools, maybe screen grabber or whatever it is. I don't know if it works better or not, but yeah, you can try. Okay, so please do that. I'll see if I can, find some recording tool, but I'm not the record. I cannot record. I'm presenter. I'm not organizer. Trust me. Okay, so yeah, please watch here. The Dynamics AX data expansion tool.dll is just created 7/4/2018, 7:49 p.m. Okay, and this particular stuff, whatever you see here, is created because we tried to build now our model which is the sub package of the existing package, the data expansion tool package, and you have this object created. So it has built again with this new stuff whatever we created, and it all went into this particular model. If you want to check your object if it is there or not there, go into your model go into the classes, go into the delta or not delta, I'm sorry, whatever it is here, you can see the runnable class VPP3_1. So you created this class, it is still there. That is the point here. Okay, so now this is all about your new package and the existing package. Remember again, whenever you create a model, I'm not going to create now, I'll just give some name. You can select the layer, optional, I don't care that layer, but be on the same page, right? And click on next. This is the place where you want to decide whether you want to create your own DLL or whether you want to use the existing DLL. If you want to use existing DLL, it will use, but it will add your code and content into the existing DLL. And you have to reference from now data expansion tool in order to use VPP3_AX model. You have to reference the data expansion tool package or the stuff reference package to use your VPP3AX, because you will not have VPP3AX in that. If you check, you can go back and try. I don't know if it is there, but still it will reference that. Yeah, was there, it is not there. So if you want to use, you have to go to the data expansion tool. Where is this data expansion tool? Data expansion tool, and watch. If you reference this, you are referencing VPP3AX. Please watch that. So that stuff, you know, it's very simple, but yeah, you have to create your own package or you have to use the existing package. It's all about you. And you know, most of the cases I'll tell you when we are going to create a new package and when we'll use the existing package. We'll always use the new package 99.99% of the times, unless we get some model from someone which we want to extend, and that is in the ISV. Most of the times, or lot of the times, or maximum number of times, we'll use create a new package option, because we want to have our code separated, but we want to reference whatever the packages we want, and we want to you know, segregate our code from the other development. We want to just merge with their stuff. Is it possible to convert an already created model from customization to extension? Sorry, convert an already created model from customization to extension. Convert in the sense you want to. No, 1 second. Oh, I'll tell first query first, then we'll come back to the second one. You know, when you create a customization in some model, if you want to convert it to extension, you should do your kind of you know, analysis and convert it. It's not like there is one tool which is going to convert customization to extension. There is no tool. Okay, first thing. And yeah, that's what I told you. I mean, you can convert, but there is no automated tool. You can do that. You have to, you know, go do analysis and you can do that. And do we have an option to overlay ISV developed models in 8.0? It depends on who developed again and how you are going to, you know, kind of customize. For example, that's a good question. If you check, I want to show you one thing. Let's go for application suite. I'm speaking about this customization for a while now. Okay. So I hope you understood how to create a package, how to create a new model, and how to reference the package. What happens when we create a new package? What happens when we reference the existing package, right? If you have any queries on that, still ping me. But I want to go for the last question. Last but one question on option to overlay ISV. Let me go for one small thing first. I want to show you the sales table. Okay, the sales table. I don't know where is the sales table here. Oh, I'm going for classes. I'm sorry. Just 1 second. Let's go for one table, sales table. Right click. And I want to add to new project, or I want to overlay it. I want to see, but I think this is something, right? So add to new project. And yeah, we'll take some project. This is one easy way to, you know, kind of add to new project. Right click, new string. Oh man, what is this? It is just creating the stuff here. What is the version? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to check what is the version here. It has created. I don't think it will build, man. 1 second. Let's try to overlay and see. Oh, it should not here. I don't know if my brother changed any parameter. I don't know how come it came directly here. 1 second, let's exclude. I want to show the overlaying, man. Actually, overlaying is not there. If you go to the older versions, the older versions are like your what do you call 7.3 or whatever it is. You don't see the overlay, you see the customize. Okay, and yeah, after I complete this one, you'll understand. We'll build that, we'll change that, and we'll build that. We'll see. Right? When I say overlayer, it is customize, and you don't have that customize option in Dynamics 365 version 8.0. I'm in version 8.0. I'm able to create a string. I'll build and I'll see. Okay, so overlayer or create customization is not possible in 8.0. That is the point. Why it is not possible, I want to show you. There is something logged. I'll come back with that logged parameter where it is, but let's open this before we log. While building, we'll go there. Let me create one field, new. One second. After I'm done, you'll get the chance to speak. Okay. Oh, 1 second, man. No. Okay, good. Somehow narrator got opened. Okay. So I'll say this as VPB custom object or custom string. Let's save this. I'm saying override and was there, cannot save, because you are not authorized to modify the model. It is allowing me to create, but it is not allowing me to save, because you cannot, from now, you cannot change or customize the objects of the stuff, whatever Microsoft has given. Why we are not able to change? There is something logged. I want to show you how they log. Let's go to the application suite and let's go to the descriptor, the foundation, right click, edit, and you should have one tag here. Where is the tag? Customization do not allow. So they are not allowing you to customize. You may ask, if I modify this customization allow, and if I try to customize, what happens? I don't know if it supports now. We never try and screw something, our environment, because they are precious. Okay. If I change this and I try, it may allow, but while you try to deploy the code into production, it will fail. So what is the use of modifying here? You can never ever move the code to production. It is logged there. So there is no way or there is no use customizing here. So that's why we don't customize. When they are not allowing in production or sandbox, while doing the deployment, it will fail. Why I should customize in my dev? It's of no use. Just for testing, maybe you can try. You can customize and try. If it works, you can say Microsoft, hey, this is working while customizing, but it is not working. And they'll give some alternate. They'll say, no, don't do like this, do like that or something. But they will not allow customize. That is the point here, right? And if you want to customize, still there is some way. When we go to customizations, you have a whole, one box there in your, course brochure or whatever it is. I give one whole box, extensions, customizations, all those things. So when we go there, I'll tell you how to customize. If something is not possible, you want a customization, it is hard requirement. I'll tell you still how it is possible, how they can do that, how Microsoft will support to do that, how we are going to raise the request to Microsoft. I'm not going to raise, but yeah, you can try that. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, but you should convince, you should say them, this is hard requirement. And remember, you will not customize. They'll give some facility. I'll tell you what all those facilities when we go there. You may not understand now. So if you go to our model, VPB3 or VPB2 descriptor, let's go and check. So watch here, customization. Man, our model, right? Anyone can customize. That is what they did. Okay. And your question, do we have an option to overlay your ISV developed in models? 8.2. If you are the developer of ISV and you are giving allow, you can customize. If you are not the developer of ISV, some XYZ guy like me, product developer, came up with payroll product and they said do not allow, you cannot. Venkat, you are clear? Please type yes or no. That should be enough. right? So I hope that should be clear. If you have allow given by them, if they think, oh man, maybe these guys may need some customizations, they'll say allow, you can customize. Otherwise, you cannot customize, right? So that is all about your models and why you cannot customize, how you can customize, and why you can customize few models, why you cannot customize few models, why overlaying is possible in few, why it is not possible in few. If I create something like this, what happens? AX will allow or not. And watch here, your overlay or customize is disabled. You cannot from now. And if you want to customize, you can customize, but it should allow, like do not allow or allow something is there. And if you go to 7.3, they'll give us warning. They'll throw warning. You can still customize. Now in 8.0, they just remove that feature. Okay. And the question, one question, convert, no, not possible. And yeah, application platform and application for platform adapter. Application platform, where is that? Platform, I don't know if it is on top. Platform, right? So let's go to the platform. You watch here the forms, and the forms has got batch run or whatever it is. If you watch this batch run, if you want to write some unit test case and hit something on the form, you cannot directly use this batch run class. Instead, you have to generate an adapter for that particular batch run class. And that adapter, will be used in the unit test cases. That is the use of adapters. The adapter classes, they are not extension classes. The adapter classes, they are used for calling those features from the code, the UI or whatever it is. If it is class, you can directly call. You don't need adapters. But only UI, the forms or stuff, you need to create the adapters, and that's why they came up with these adapter classes. The forms or classes, whatever it is. And if you worked for Microsoft, you'll understand more about these adapters. You can generate the adapters, the form adapters, all those things. But that particular stuff we used for the adapters, and that is the only use I have seen. So that's all about adapters. Not only this platform adapter, it is for all the adapters. The testing stuff, if we want to use directly those forms or all those things from our code for testing in the system unit test cases, we want to use those adapters. That is the only way we have. We created adapters for them. Okay, so that is about your stuff. And there is one question pending, but you want to show me what is the stuff there in the project, why we have metadata and project folder in solution. I want to see that to answer the question. I want to see how it is organized your stuff, and I'll come with the organized answer. And for custom models, in case of automation of unit testing, do we need to create adapter models? Actually you need to create the adapters only for the forms. Tables, classes, they are directly accessible, code directly accessible. But forms, you cannot access the code or UI controls directly. And if you automate something in the sys unit test case, it will not open your UI. So you want to create the adapters for your the forms. If you want to automate your unit test cases only for forms, you don't need to worry about others. They are directly accessible. All other objects, they are directly accessible except forms. Form control, how do you access using code? How do you set using code? So for those, you need the adapters. It is not like you need to create the adapter models or not, but you need the adapter for those forms. I don't know if you create in the same adapter model or if you create in some other model, but it should reference the the actual model, and it should have the adapters. Form should have the adapters. You can create in the same model also the adapter classes. It doesn't mean you need to create the adapter model. It is you have to create the adapter forms or form adapters. We should call as form adapters, right? I think it should be here somewhere. Create the form adapters or whatever it is. It should be somewhere. I found somewhere very recently. We used code for creating the stuff, but I found somewhere create adapter or whatever it is. I'll find that and show you again. But I'm not going to write the unit test. Okay, you can create in the same model also. We create separate model only for one reason. Should be organized, as I told you a lot of times. But yeah, if you want to create in the same model, you can still create, right? That's great. So any more queries? Okay, I don't think people has got any more queries. So we'll meet tomorrow again and we'll start working with the application. Tomorrow session, tomorrow we are going to start. Oh, 1 second, Priya, you have to understand. This is, oh, you're asking basics class. I don't know what is this basics. We are on basics. When you joined, Tuesday or Wednesday or today? You have to tell me what are all the things you missed so that I can come with those things. You are there in the first session? Then you are there every day. I don't know what you mean basics in the sense AX basics. We are already in AX. We are already in AX. You know AX or not? Oh, that one. Okay, I got your point. I need to sync with front office. I'll speak with them today. I'll come with the answer. I don't know what is their plan going on. Okay, I'll come with the answer. That's one thing. I got it. Right. Any more queries?
Hello.
Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, I want to answer. 1 second. So you know, it's not someone else. Don't worry. It's my brother. Okay. I'll be there if required. So you don't need to worry. He is also equally AX developer. Okay. Well, you know, sync between us. Like if I get the time, not get the time.
Hello.
Okay. So don't worry. Both are. Yeah, Raja, your mic is higher. You can ask. And once you ask the query, please mute. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Kumar. Actually, I want
Yes,
to
please.
know this how to make the team services and all how to configure these things. Visual Basic.
You're asking something. Whatever. I'm muting you. I'm sorry because it's your mic is sorry, your speaker is too loud. So I'll tell you the VSTS how to configure and stuff. It is done in LCS. I'll show that, but I cannot connect with the live machines because we don't have the machines in what do you call the environment there. But I'm going to show you how to configure the VSTS for the machines at high level or at low level, whatever it is. And but we need to understand first development, right? You are asking something which we are going to do after a month or a year today. I mean, in training sessions. I don't know if it is there in the course curriculum. You can check. If it is not there, please add that line. Okay, I'll show that.
Okay, fine. No issue. That's okay.
Okay, I mean it takes time here. Otherwise, if I show now, people don't understand. So I hope you got it, and people will go from my session.
Yeah, got it. Okay, thank you.
Cool. So then I think I'm good. If you still have any queries, please note them. Ping me tomorrow morning before we start the session. I'll clear them and I'll go further. And yeah, we are going to start the AX development from tomorrow. And again, remember, I'm not going to go with a lot of very detailed thing about ADT or very detailed about Basinum like we do from scratch. But still, for the people who are newcomers to the session, I'll try to give most of the things. Even if you don't know AX, I'll try to come up with a lot of explanation so that we'll see how it works. Right? When I come up with something, I'll try to come up with more explanation instead of going on top of those things, so that people who don't know AX in the sessions, still they should be able to understand what is the AX stuff we are developing and why we are developing them, like we did today. So we'll see how it works, and if you have any queries, please note them. Thank you for your time here. Great day. We'll meet again tomorrow. I'm ending the meeting for all the guys, and bye for today. Yeah, I didn't create any notes actually, but I'm pinging whatever is there.
No, you said you will share the stuff in document, Word document, this one, which you are showing.
Right. I don't know how to share. I'm pinging this. Okay. I don't know if I can attach this to the what do you call here. But I'm pinging these things. Please make a note.
Yeah, if we get the video link, that will be great.
Actually, I'm not recording. Yeah, you guys are not understanding. I'm not organizer. I'll not have recordings. Trust me.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
from the
keep
office.
anything. I'll tell you what all the things I know. I'm showing all those things. So I don't need to keep recording myself, right? So I don't need to worry. I'll tell you, I think you can also record. Try to check one screen grabber. Okay. Find some screen grabber or WebEx. You should be able to record yourself. Got it?
Yeah, Kumar,
Right.
just wanted to
To the
confirm
WebEx, right.
one thing. Will you be also covering the like web services related things? I'm not exactly sure about the course curriculum,
Yes,
so just wanted.
man. Guys, we want to see
Okay.
the web services. We will generate. I'll consume till showing how to consume, but I don't consume completely. Okay, I'm not the consumer. If you want a separate consumer, I'll consume some third-party service also. It is same like 2012, but generation is different. We'll generate in multiple ways. We can integrate with Power Apps also, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I need to check, like, get some license and stuff. I don't know how much they'll charge, and how many people are using that. It depends
Right.
on the demand. A lot of people need Power Apps. Yeah, I'll come with that. But otherwise, I'm going to show you the services. And whatever are the nodes you see here, will cover all the nodes.
Okay.
Okay,
Great. Thank
I
you.
don't live. But I suggest you to get this, the document, the course, like whatever we are going to see, to keep that with you. I don't know if it is there with me. If I open my, desktop or something, there are a lot of things which I may not show, but right, it is here. You can grab a screenshot here. I don't know if I can attach or keep all this stuff in the chat window. So we'll see the services, ma'am. Not only OData services, multiple types, whatever is possible, we'll see them. This is at high level here. I didn't come up with detailed stuff because I'm not making time. Okay, so we'll cover. Don't worry, right? So right, cool. And yeah, I just pinged all the notes, but the screenshots, I think you have them in MSDN. I'll give the link. Just go through that link. I'll just copy from the same thing here. Okay, applications stack AX7. 1 second. I'll paste the link and I'll jump out. Right. Right. This has got the image whatever I shared you guys. Please go to the link and copy the image. All right, we got it. So that's all from my end for the day. Thank you for your time. Great day. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time, 7:30 a.m. Bye. And please keep your queries. We'll speak.